Welcome back to Heroes Next Door. Today we're going to be doing a station rigs. We're at West Whiteland in Exton, PA, and we are meeting with Tom Evans. He's going to give us an introduction to some of his staff, and we're going to take a look at their traffic unit. All right, Tom, what do you got?
All right, Mike, this is our one of our traffic unit vehicles. As you can see, it's a Ford F-150 pickup truck design. It's a 2018, and let me introduce you to one of our traffic safety officers.
All right.
All right, Mike, this is John Pott.
Hey, John.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for letting us come over and take a look at this.
Absolutely.
So this truck you like to work out of. You're part of the traffic unit, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, what's the point of a traffic unit?
Well, the traffic unit is to address traffic issues in the township, speed, stop signs, traffic lights, to make everything more safe on the highways.
Now, what's the specific point of a truck doing this versus a car versus a SUV?
So this truck is specifically made for motor carrier enforcement.
Okay,
So
and what does that mean?
That's to keep the highway safe for commercial vehicles.
Okay, so you do inspections of vehicles?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, how does that work? Do you pull them over first, or you just randomly pull them over? How does that work?
That's correct. Yeah, we wave them onto the side of the road where we're sitting.
Okay.
And then it's a controlled area. So then we go on, we check the owner's documents and everything like that, drivers.
Okay.
And then we go around and check the vehicle.
Okay, so it's basically a checkpoint on the expressway.
Exactly.
Okay, so you pull them offside, and inside the vehicle, what do you have?
Inside we have a computer that helps us run the vehicle, the driver's information. It also allows us to go back to the laptop we have in our traffic office, and that has the software for the motor carrier and safety enforcement.
Now you got some extra cameras and stuff in here. What are those used for?
So this is used to document traffic stops. In other vehicles, it's for any other arrests type situations.
Is that connected to anything else, or is it just like a drive cam kind of thing?
This is for the car, and then it connects to my body camera.
Okay, that's pretty cool. And you have different kind of radios. What kind of radios do you use?
We use Harris radios. The county issues them.
Now, you guys get dispatched by the county. You don't have your own dispatching system, right?
That's correct.
And a lot of times the accidents are 911, but with you guys setting up these checkpoints, you do that on your own. You just designate a certain day, or how does that work?
Yeah, we just take certain days and we go out and do the enforcement on our own.
Okay. Do you mind if we take a look at the rest of the vehicle?
Absolutely.
All right. So this is an extended cab, and what do you have behind the seat?
Behind the seat here we have some gloves. Always important to wear your traffic safety vest so you don't get hit. The regulations, and then we have in this blue bag there is a very bright LED light for scenes at night if you were to go to a crash scene or if you're doing an investigation.
Right. So at this moment in time, I'm noticing a lot of safety stuff. Safety vests, safety lights, and those kind of things.
Yeah.
It's all about making sure that you're safe, not necessarily, looking to get bad guys.
Exactly.
Okay. And what do you have in the back? Why a pickup truck?
Just because it's able to carry a lot more items, such as scales that we can use to weigh the commercial vehicles.
Okay.
So in here we have the slide that comes out.
That's nice. It's all rhino lined or bed lined, plus a slide out bed.
We have two creepers, wheel chocks, so we don't get run over.
Okay.
We let go of the brakes on the trailer and...
And what are you checking on a vehicle? When you have somebody flagged over, you're not pulling over to get a ticket, but you're basically doing a safety check.
Right.
What are the things are you looking for?
Make sure brakes are good, tires, brake lines, air system.
How about sleep logs? Do you check those and those kind of things?
We do.
Okay.
We do.
Okay. And you talked about scales. Why is a scale important to have on a truck?
So scales are important just so PennDOT issues certain permits for trucks to go, and if they're over 80,000 pounds, I believe, they have to have a special permit, and if they're over that or out of their route, we can measure them and make sure they're not breaking that law.
Okay. And if they are overweight, that does damage to the roads?
That's correct.
Why does weight really make that big of a difference?
So it puts divots in the road if you keep getting heavy trucks, most like triaxles or oversized loads.
Okay.
They put a lot of weight on a little piece of pavement, so that creates ruts and it's just dangerous for everybody else.
And I imagine if you're overweight too, it's going to be harder on those brakes and the brake lines and stuff like that, and you're going to wear those out. Everybody's trying to make a buck, do what they need to do, so they may not be keeping an eye on it. Because do you get a lot of interstate, or is it more local people that you would normally pull?
More local people.
Okay. And then it looks like you have some safety cones, another creeper.
Yep, we have another creeper, safety cones, broom, measuring wheel.
Why would you need that?
To measure skid marks.
Okay.
for, let's say, accident investigation.
Oh, okay.
I don't myself do the traffic accident investigation.
Okay.
Reconstruction. We have a tape measure to measure length. As I said before, with the PennDOT issues permits,
Okay.
they have width and length restrictions.
So if a truck driver's coming through your territory and you flag him over and he doesn't have a permit, is there a fine for that, or is it a summons? How does that work?
If it's an oversized load and he needs a permit to drive on the highway, then he can't move until he gets the permit from
Okay.
PennDOT.
Okay. Do you then tow the vehicles, or you just kind of leave it there until the permit comes through?
They have to stay there until the permit comes through.
Okay. Okay. So you have a lot of equipment in such a little truck. I mean, it's an F-150, it's a full-size bed, but there's a lot of specialized equipment. Those scales go how high? Like, what kind of weight can you put on that? Can I put a tank?
You can put anything on there.
You can put anything on there. Okay.
Yep.
Man, that's pretty cool to have. And those just pull out the side?
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, 10,000 pounds, 11, 20, 20,000 pounds. Wow. So you would put one under each wheel? Do you do just the front,
so
just the back? How does that work?
They match up. So there's 2 blues, 2 greens, 2 reds, 2 yellows, and then we also have 4 additional scales that aren't in here.
Okay.
And so you just put the matching ones under each axle, and then they drive onto it, stop, take the weights, and then they drive off of it, and you take the next set.
Okay. And just to kind of remind our viewers, the whole purpose of a traffic unit is exactly what it says, is a traffic safety unit. And that's to make sure that the public around them and the drivers are safe. Kind of like here in Pennsylvania, we have state inspections. They make sure our brakes, our tires, our windshields are all good. You're kind of doing the same thing at a commercial size.
Exactly.
You know, you're not necessarily there to get people in trouble. So
Right.
a lot of times you're going to pull them over, you're going to do the inspection, and then they go on their way.
Right.
It's a short time out of their day, but you make sure that that truck is ready to go and it's safe for everybody around them.
That's correct.
So we really appreciate your service for doing that. This is a gorgeous truck. You know, 2018 F-150, couldn't get any better than that.
Nope.
Once again, thank you for your time. We appreciate
problem.
taking a look at this. We do have another vehicle here at West Whiteland. They have a Dodge Durango that's also a traffic unit. It's an unmarked unit, but it's got some pretty cool things too. Let's go take a look at that. So this is their second traffic unit. This is a Durango, and we're going to talk to Officer Pat Gardner. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Thanks for inviting us out. This is a unique vehicle too. We just finished looking over your truck, but this is a Durango.
Yes.
Why the 2 different units?
We kind of went away from a marked car for the traffic unit, especially with the different high residential developments. It's a lot easier if we need to sit in someone's driveway. It doesn't stand out as much as a patrol car to run speed back there.
Okay, okay. Some people will say this is undercover. It's not, it's actually just unmarked.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
It has all the lights and everything in it, siren, spotlight.
Right. So, you know, the people that know it, you can tell that it's a police vehicle by the antennas and those kind of things. However, it's a very beautiful vehicle. It's the same new silver color that you guys are going to. Again, gorgeous.
Yes.
But it has none of the markings on the outside. However, on the inside, this is a traffic unit also, correct?
Yes.
So talk us through, first of all, your compartment where you're at now. This is your workspace.
Yep.
What do you have in there?
So I have the MDT, obviously the radio, a loudspeaker. I have a VSpec, which is a speed timing device, which would time cars going between 2 distances, our watch guard system, our printer for citations or traffic accidents.
So you respond to 911 calls, and you're designed also for the traffic accidents?
Yes, for the most part. If we're not tied up with something else, we'll go take the crashes, and that way it leaves patrol to handle other stuff as well.
Okay, okay, because that can be kind of time consuming at times.
Yes, very.
So, okay. What else do you got in the vehicle?
Same exact thing as a regular patrol car. We act as kind of like a power shift
Okay.
to cover manpower. Same thing, seat belts, plastic seats, easy to clean out.
Right, right. So this seems like it's got a little bit more space than the Ford Explorer. Do you find that, or is the cage seat pretty much the same?
So there's more legroom in this because of where they put our watch guard system.
Okay.
So in the Explorers, it's in the center console.
Right.
Because they have
The shifters?
the shifter
Yeah.
transmission up on the steering wheel. It's actually on the center console for the Durango.
Okay.
The watch guard was then placed back there so that the passenger seat could move up.
Okay.
So that way there's more room in the back.
Yeah, yeah, nice and comfortable, easy to clean.
Yes.
Love the seat belts. The way they
Yes.
design that is definitely something that, you know, people don't really think about. You know, I have my own vehicle, I can put somebody back there, but then I'd have to reach over them to buckle them or ask them to buckle themselves, and that's just not safe for you or safe for them.
It unbuckles right there and you put it right into the clip at the bottom.
All right. Do you know what year this vehicle is?
2020.
2020, okay. What do you have in the back?
A bunch of miscellaneous stuff. I usually keep my bag back here.
Okay.
We have our evidence bin.
Yeah.
If we need anything. Traffic cones, so it's a little easier to set up.
Okay.
If we need to create 2 distances, we measure those distances out. And then with the V-Spec, we can time cars in between those 2 cones at this point.
Okay. Now, are you often working alongside the truck that we saw earlier, or are you guys on separate units? How did that normally work?
So on the weekends, we're separate.
Okay.
Usually during the week, we have 2 days where we're both in together.
Okay.
So it's a lot easier when we're both together to go out and set up a detail. That way, say a patrol gets a hot call, you don't have to break everything down. Someone can either stay there or someone can at least pick up the stuff so no one takes it.
Okay, so you're doing those safety stops that we mentioned before with the truck. You're assisting with that kind of
Yes.
stuff. Okay,
Yes.
but you don't carry the scales in here. That comes with the truck.
That stays in the truck, doesn't leave the truck.
Okay.
Usually they'll do that during the week just because that's when mix-up trucks go by.
Right.
During the weekend, he's usually in a patrol car as well.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Now, is this a 4-wheel drive?
Yes.
Okay. Is it hybrid like your other ones? Or
No,
is, okay.
it eats gas.
It eats gas.
Yes.
Is it the Hemi? You know?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Once again, this is an absolute beautiful vehicle. It looks like it covers everything that you need for traffic. The fact that you have it as an unmarked, not undercover, you have an unmarked, you can, almost kind of sneak up on things. If you got an active, burglary, you can drive up and they won't notice.
Typically with retail thefts, they'll ask us to go first if CID is unavailable, say on a weekend.
Right.
Just because people react differently to a plain Durango versus a marked patrol car out front of the store.
Okay.
It definitely alleviates some issues.
Right.
So.
Right. Once again, beautiful truck. Thank you for inviting us out. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So this is Heroes Next Door doing a station rigs with West Whiteland Police Department. Do us a favor, hit that subscribe, hit that notification so we can keep bringing you more.